Hello and welcome to Bloke on the Range, and I'm here at the Lynx Pro Tactical Training Centre in Slovenia as guest of the Perun Tactical crew, and we've shot Lynx Brutality, which was awesome, and I've had this thrust into my hands. It's a Tinck Arms Perun X16. Looks a bit AR-like. It's mechanically very, very interesting inside. And this is a new product being made almost entirely in-house in Slovenia, and fundamentally I'm looking forward to trying it out live in a few minutes, but without much further ado, let's have a look at it from the outside and see how that looks for the user. So if we come in here, it looks like kind of an AR-15 and SCAR hybrid, and that's because it kind of is, but the mechanics are really quite exciting. So ergonomically, it's actually a two-part receiver. This upper section has the charging handle, which is non-reciprocating, can actually be switched from one side to the other with a tool. This height over bore is actually the same as a SCAR. It looks, for some reason, it looks like it's more, but it isn't. And then down here, this is a very AR style handguard, and again that comes in various lengths, so you can actually adapt it to the length of your arms, how you like to hold. And I have long arms and broad shoulders, and I like to hold out like this, and actually that feels really great. It's all M-lock slotted up, so you can basically do with it as you will. On the front here we have a brake. There's a sort of medium profile barrel, and under here there's an AR gas tube which is cut down, and we'll get into that in a moment. Back here, this is actually a SCAR or MCX, but you're in the SCAR accessory environment here, ecosystem. The pistol grip and the buttstock they didn't make in-house. A lot of the trigger mechanism in-house, and this has an extremely sweet trigger on it. Really looking forward to this. And externally, that's kind of what's going on. You've got standard AR controls. So all of the lower, you're in the AR-15 parts and accessories ecosystem for triggers and safeties and bolt release, magazine releases, and so on. And the reason for that is, if we hinge this open, this is actually an AR-15 lower cut off, because we don't need the attachment for the buffer tube, but you could in principle take any metal AR-15 lower and cut it off and it will work. So inside it's all AR bits. So magazines wise, again, so Stanag AR parts. Then that slides off because SCAR. And then if we pop that out, this looks very unusual. And this is as far as you need to field strip for normal use. This is as far as I'm going to go stripping it. If you want to see this completely disassembled with all the handguards taken off and everything, Ian of Forgotten Weapons has a video on it, so please go over there and give him some love and a salty comment, because he's going far deeper into the giblets of this thing than we are. Now, as you can see, this is a self-contained working parts group, very much sort of Leader T2, Bushmaster M17S style, but with only one spring and one guide rod. The bolt head, just like the Bushmaster M17S, is a standard AR-15 bolt head. So again, you're in the, if you want a replacement, there's all sorts of stuff on the market. Cam pin in the usual place. No gas rings, of course, because it is not actually direct gas impingement. And we can get philosophical about what it is, because how it works is you've got a gas tube, which is cut down, and then we've got what looks to be in there, I'm not sure if we've got enough light to see it, we have the gas cylinder is stationary in there, and it's just over the chamber area, and then here we have the gas piston built into the working parts group, and you think, okay, that's going to be solid with the carrier or something, but it isn't. It is in fact short stroke. So gas pressure pushes that back. It only goes back about 5 millimeters, and then the inertia of the rest carries it back, hits the back, comes back forward, rinse and repeat. And so, I mean, fundamentally, all direct gas impingement things have a piston or a gas cylinder built into the bulk carrier group in some way. Here, it looks like it is, but it's separate. Is this really direct gas impingement in the way of an AG42 or one of the French mass direct gas systems? It's certainly very different from the AR system, but it's I've not seen anything quite like this. And we're discussing this with Ian, and there's an old sort of prototype rifle that that has a long stroke, sort of similar type system where it is attached to the bulk carrier, but here it isn't. This is expressly designed for use with suppressors, and suppressors are completely unregulated in Slovenia now. Switzerland, get with the program. And so gas in the face was a concern. It's a big concern with direct gas AR-15s. So this gas system vents forwards, sort of under the handguard. So if you've got extra gas from a suppressor, it's coming out that way and not so much that way. And we'll see how that is in reality. But there's no gas venting here into the receiver. There's gas rings, AR-15 style gas rings. Wouldn't surprise me if they weren't in fact actual AR-15 gas rings, but they might be smaller. Don't know. But I think this is a very clever system. The bulk carrier runs on steel rails, so it's not wearing on the aluminium. And I mean, one of the reasons for the inline construction of the AR-10 and AR-15 series is that you can have it just running on aluminium because there's no off-axis forces, which is the particularly clever thing about the AR-15 gas system. And it just gives you longer service life in the receiver to not have the steel running on the aluminium when you've got the off-axis force from the gas piston being up the top. Weight-wise, it's not a what was stone to do. It is fairly chunky. It balances well. The scar butt is adjustable for height a bit, yeah, I am impressed. I think that's a very clever system. Now let's go take it to the range. Okay, so actually we were having a few difficulties with the long boy there. This is toasty warm from Ian and Flo having a go with a Strela Ukrainian incredibly heavy suppressor on it. They actually have adjustable gas, and apparently with the long one with the long gas system they're still tuning that kind of thing. So this is a 10.5 inch set up for left-handers. So reach over. Let's see. I did get a few shots out of the long one. This has a lot more movement because it's a lot lighter, but that shoots incredibly flat. I mean, there's relatively little moving mass in here, and you've got no overhanging piston like on an AK or a Sturmgewehr 90, which makes it go. Let's just take a real noob grip. So just doing that, it's jumping up not that much, and it's coming right back down. That is really impressive. And I tend to rate stuff compared to how it feels to a comparable AR-15, and that is probably flatter and sweeter shooting. So let's let our AR-15 noob, non-AR owner, Chappie,
What bit do I press for it to go bang?
And you have to aim a bit right.
Okay. Yeah. Oh dear.
Oh.
That's clear.
Okay. Hook it back, which you'll need 3 hands to do because it's set up that way.
There we go.
There we go.
You don't need 3 hands, you just need the right hands. Just to say the left hands.
Yeah, that is really, didn't take many shots, but even as a noob, it was really flat.
Yep, that is really flat. For a 10.5 inch, that is super flat.
No, yeah, that was nice.
So yeah, this is a 223, and it's also being made in 6.5 Grendel and 300 Blackout. I think personally this is going to be big. The price they're quoting, I'm not going to give an exact figure, but it's comparable to a European-made AR-15, which is good. So it's not some ridiculous, super expensive boutique thing. They've really got it at a good price point with respect to the build quality, which is superb. And yeah, so I'm impressed, and I'm not easily impressed with new shiny things, because AR is fine. But no, this is possibly a game changer. I really like this. So thank you very much to Tinck Arms. Thank you very much to Lynx Pro Tactical Training Centre for allowing us to film here. Thank you very much to Perun Tactical for hosting us and being excellent hosts, and for the excellent match we just shot. Thank you very much to patrons who've enabled us to be here. So, I think that's everybody, and see you again sometime.